Hey everyone, welcome back to Mental Health for Creators, the space where we talk about mindset, motivation, and taking care of yourself as a creator. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future content. All right, let's get into today's topic. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt guilty for resting? Like, the second you step away from your work, there's this little voice in your head saying, "You should be working right now." Or maybe, "Other people are grinding. Why are you taking a break?" It's normal. We live in a world that glorifies hustle culture. Everywhere you look, people are talking about working harder, grinding longer, never stopping. But let's be real. Burnout is real too. And here's the truth that nobody talks about. Rest isn't laziness. Rest is fuel. If you're constantly creating, constantly pushing, constantly running on empty, your creativity will eventually burn out. And when that happens, even the work you love starts feeling like a burden. So today, let's talk about why rest is actually a crucial part of creativity, how taking breaks makes you a better creator, and how to rest without feeling guilty. Let's get into it. Why resting feels so hard for creators. If you love what you do, taking a break can feel unnatural. Maybe you've told yourself, "I don't have time to rest. I'll rest when I hit my next goal. I'll just push through the exhaustion." But the reality is, your brain isn't a machine. Even the best, most creative minds in the world need rest to function at their best. Think about it. When do your best ideas usually come? Is it when you're forcing yourself to brainstorm for hours, or is it when you're in the shower, taking a walk, lying in bed at night? Most of the time, creativity happens when your mind is relaxed. That's because your brain needs space to wander, to make unexpected connections, to process ideas in the background. If you're always working, your brain never gets that space. And over time, that leads to mental fatigue, creative blocks, and burnout. Rest isn't a waste of time, it's an investment. A lot of us feel like resting is lost time. Like if we're not working, we're falling behind. But that's not how it works. Think of your creativity like a phone battery. If you use your phone non-stop without charging it, what happens? It dies. If you keep pushing your brain without breaks, what happens? Burnout. And it's funny because we don't question it when a phone needs charging, right? But when our brains need a break, we tell ourselves we're being lazy. That doesn't make sense. Let's say there are two creators. One never takes breaks. They work long hours every day, but after a while they get exhausted. Their ideas start feeling stale, and they lose motivation. The other prioritizes rest. They take breaks, step away when they need to, and come back feeling refreshed, energized, and full of new ideas. Who do you think will last longer? Who do you think will create better work in the long run? Sustainable creativity comes from balance. The different kinds of rest you actually need now. Let's talk about something interesting. Rest isn't just about sleeping or doing nothing. There are actually different kinds of rest, and all of them help your creativity in different ways. First, there's physical rest. Pretty obvious, right? Getting enough sleep, taking breaks from screens, moving your body, it's all part of keeping your energy up. Then there's mental rest. This means stepping away from problem solving, letting your mind relax, giving yourself quiet moments where you're not thinking about work. Next, we have creative rest. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you're always consuming content, scrolling social media, watching videos, reading articles, your brain doesn't have time to process new ideas. Creativity needs space. That's why some of the most creative people take time to disconnect and experience the world. And finally, emotional rest. This one is big for creators because we're constantly dealing with feedback, comments, opinions. It can be exhausting. It's okay to take a break from that. Protect your energy. Step away when you need to. The more intentional you are about these different kinds of rest, the more creative energy you'll have. How to rest without feeling guilty. One of the hardest parts of taking a break is the guilt. You might think, if I rest, I'll fall behind. But here's what I want you to remember. Resting isn't falling behind. It's making sure you can keep going. One of the best ways to stop feeling guilty about rest is to reframe how you see it. Instead of thinking of it as wasting time, think of it as recharging for better work. You can also try scheduling your rest. If you plan your breaks the way you plan your work, you're less likely to skip them. Treat rest like an appointment because it's just as important. And something that really helps? Setting boundaries. Not everything needs your immediate attention. Not every comment needs a response. Not every opportunity is worth sacrificing your well-being. Learning to say no is one of the best skills you can develop as a creator. At the end of the day, rest isn't something you earn by working hard enough. It's something you need to function at your best. Final thoughts. Creativity needs rest. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you're always working, your creativity will suffer. If you don't give yourself breaks, you'll burn out. If you never rest, your best ideas will never have space to grow. So stop feeling guilty about resting. Embrace it. Prioritize it. Make it part of your creative routine. Because the best creators aren't the ones who never stop working. They're the ones who know when to stop, recharge, and come back stronger. All right, that's it for today. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Mental Health for Creators. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.